So you see, so it doesn't belong only to us or humans, whatever. It belongs to everything natural, everything living. But not everything living is, you know, at the point of the awareness to understand, okay, this thing is going on, you know, something is going on within me. We know, you know, and we can express it. The stone, you know, one stone also knows it, but it cannot. So like I said, just because it is not able to express it in your way, the way that you would understand and see it obviously, clearly, doesn't mean that it's not going on with that being, you know, within that being, okay? So that being is also going through these emotions, you know, through this life in motion within itself, but it's just not communicating with the life, it's, you know, with the life around itself the same way as you do. But it doesn't mean that it belongs to you just because you recognize it, you know, in a form of your way of communicating with life around you and within you. So you see, so you might think it's something I feel, you know, I feel sadness. A stone cannot feel sadness, you know. I feel, you know, hyped up, you know, I want to do something, I'm inspired, you know. A stone cannot feel like that, you know, a tree cannot feel like that, you know. It depends, you know what I mean? It's all up to the perception. Of course, a tree doesn't have a human perception, otherwise it would be a human, right? Because, you know, it's up to your perception. If your perception right now could switch its point, and you would be aware of a tree, I tell you, if you achieve that, you become a tree. Actually, I meant that you would become a tree if you would become aware of yourself being a tree. So it doesn't just mean physically, you know, like, yeah, okay, now I'm a tree, you know, or like, you know. But if you would be aware of yourself as being a tree, not a human, but a tree, not a human pretending to be a tree, but if your awareness would take upon the form to understand itself as, okay, I'm a tree, and you know, this process would take place, and you would start changing, you know, the quicker you would become aware of that, the quicker you would start changing the outer form, you know. And this, but like, you know, that's why we have shapeshifters, you know, that's why we have time travelers, you know what I mean, dimension travelers. So it's just switching the awareness. But you know, it's too easy to say it, but to really get to that level and being aware of itself, or I mean of yourself as a tree, it would definitely start changing your form into a form of a tree, no longer of a form of a human being. But you see, that's a point of evolution, that's a point of, like, you know, that's a thing of like different developing levels of awareness itself, of this being, you know, of life itself in certain forms. So in this form you're aware of what you are now. That's why that's what you are. Otherwise it would be something completely different. Because everything that is physical is like this only because you're aware of these things. If you become aware of something, aware of something else that has a different form, then you can no longer exist as this form. Because your awareness, your perception determines this form. Nothing else. That's why I told you, you came here to be what you are right now, the way you look. You chose that look, you chose your personality, you chose your charisma. Now do something with it. Do something with it, you know what I mean? Have the ego, have this potential, you know, show off. Be yourself, just go out in the world and do what you think you can do the best. So because you wanted to be, because you came to the point of being aware of yourself as a human, that's why you took upon this form. That's why your awareness had been born as a human body into this world. You're actually doing your service to life itself. Yeah, you know what I mean? So just share yourself, just share what you have, because you have something special within you. Look for it, experiment, don't be scared what other people will say, you know, just do, even express yourself in a crazy way. You know, I do a lot of stuff like that, even with my rap and stuff, and some people tell me, yeah, this sucks, but you know, I mean, it's just special, it's just different. So I don't expect that immediately everything is gonna get onto it and say, wow, yeah, that's really cool. everything that it's new, everything that it's a little bit, you know, shocking, it takes time before people accept it, you know. So don't be stuck with this perception as like, oh, you know, I always gotta please people. Don't please people. Don't try to please people. If you please yourself, you gotta be selfish in that way. You gotta be egotistical in that way to please yourself. So you express yourself the way you feel, not in some frames that this society put up for. You know what I mean? Don't do that, because you're gonna imprison yourself. You're gonna imprison your spirit, and you're gonna, you know, live in this box. So just be you. Just be whatever you feel like. You know what I mean? Don't try to be like, cause you know, a lot of people is all like holy, you know, and all these sacred and stuff, and then they're so fake, you know, so fake. You know what I mean? Because in reality, they want to express so many things, but they're scared that they're going to be judged and criticized by other people, and stoned and crucified.